Seventh Vega are a band who I've covered only a couple of times before. However, they are a name that is bouncing around more and more amongst people who are into the Japanese music scene. And you know what? I'm excited to check out another song by this, because what I do remember of the songs I heard before, extremely creative, extremely interesting, and you know what? Just looking at the thumbnail that came up for this music video, and we're talking about a band here who've only got 6,000 subscribers, which is great, but it's not as big as, you know, the sort of huge name artists. For a band like that who's obviously still up and coming, the thumbnail for this music video looks like a TV drama, and even like this first frame, it looks like we're going to get something nicely directed. And I don't know, I'm just kind of excited to see what they've done, because obviously when you've got 6,000 subscribers, we're assuming that you're not working on a big budget. So if you produce something that looks cool and interesting, I'm impressed. You know, I love that kind of thing. I love when bands put effort into creative visions for their songs, plus, well, for their videos. Plus, as we say, the main thing that we're here for is the song, and the song will hopefully be just as exciting as the last one I checked out, which, like I said, I really enjoyed. But this is a band who've been buzzing around, heard them a couple of times. Let's start to really catch up with their music now, because Seventh Vega are definitely on the up. Here's their latest song. Here's their latest music video. It came out 3 days ago. Is the volume turned up? Yes, the volume is turned up. All right, let's go. Brand new. I'm looking forward to the song and the video on this one. Oh, no sound? Shanghai. Oh, okay. The Shanghai thing. Maybe we're going to get a Chinese style drama. Love that kind of jazzy flow to everything at this moment. Interesting. Oh, that's a bit close, but oh, okay, they are friends. They know each other. Ooh, nice little step down on the chord there. Okay, so once they knew each other, now he's watching her go by in the street. I'm getting the feeling for this Asian drama. Oh, the bassist is adding some serious funk here. The zoomed in pictures of food behind them is awesome. Just the way this song is so groove-based. It feels almost like it's about letting the musicians jam. Okay, what's happened? How did he lose that? I gotta be honest, there's something about this. It's I sometimes say about songs like this that just take you away. So yeah, there's There's a lot going on in this one. So the vibe I'm getting is just going to assume end on the credits. And by the way, I usually love leaving the credits up on the screen. The only problem is the credits are partly covered by the recommended video. So I hope you can see the credits. Look, the main thing, first of all, just to cover that music video because it's so interesting. I love the way it was filmed. Very classy, old school. I mean, so much of the world nowadays, you hear so many more people are watching Asian dramas. Like Korean drama is a big thing. Chinese drama, Japanese drama. These are getting watched much more these days. The world has become a smaller place. And I love the fact that this has kind of got that style of a slightly Asian style drama vibe to it. What was really interesting though is that I think that the storyline was almost a little bit open-ended. I got the vibe when it got to the ending. To me, it almost felt like that first scene where he's watching her walk past in the street. He's just watching a woman walk past, and then everything else is him playing out in his imagination how he would imagine things if he went and talked to her. But I don't know. But then there's also the vibe: is he watching a woman go by, and then that's actually what had happened to them in the past? I don't know. It wasn't particularly clear what happened, but it was interesting because it gave you kind of like a nice imagery, and you could follow it and think in your head, "Oh, I wonder what's happening here. Is he seeing a woman walk past and reimagining or imagining what their future could be, or is he reminiscing on a past that they once had, but now they're just strangers in the street?" Love that. Really cool. Very well filmed. Beautiful. And I also really liked the way it integrated that in with the actual band playing in front of the big screens that were showing, if you like, the drama play out in the background. But the big screens were big enough and close enough that they kind of provided a blurry backdrop. So, for example, you've got that scene where they were playing and just behind them was big pictures of food, which I thought this was brilliant. So there, you can't really see what it is. It's just like a colourful backdrop. But actually... That's brilliant. We're just performing in front of food, especially considering I will give Seven Vega a lot of credit here. They look very cool. Their whole style really comes over really cool in this music video. So aesthetically, this was really nice. And of course, that comes back to the most important thing, the aesthetic, the audio, the auditory aesthetic of the music, which to me was this very sort of funky, smooth, kind of chill style jazz. I mean, if I were to play a stereotype, because never been to Shanghai in my life, been to Beijing. If I were to sort of do the stereotype of what you imagine when you think of like the Chinese dramas and you think about that kind of that style of chilled out music, you kind of think about people chilling out in like a sort of a, let's say Shanghai, not Beijing, a Shanghai style club, and there's just some sort of nice funky music playing in the background. It does create an image. Because you kind of associate this sort of chilled out style music with the... it goes well, ironically, for something that's, I guess you could say, has got a very American, jazzy, bluesy, funky kind of influence. You can really imagine it sitting very well within a drama played out in a middle class Chinese city setting. So the stereotype kind of goes well together. And that's what we're getting here. We're getting this very sort of chilled out, sort of funky style of, I'm going to say it's like soulful infused pop. I don't want to start just picking out genres from anywhere, but I'm trying to say there is a real vibe, several vibes going on in this song. It obviously is a band pop rock song at front and center, but so much of what this is built on is kind of a funky, soulful vibe. As I said at the beginning, the song is not, in the middle, the song is not going through any big changes. It kind of hits a bit of a groove and it moves along. Except for that big key change towards the end, it's pretty stable kind of song that's more about setting a mood than any wild changes. The chorus basically was her just singing Shanghai and then adding a couple of cool and answer lines to it. I think that was really nice. I really thought that was a very good chilled chorus, just something to let you know you come around to the refrain without being too much. The song itself was constructed from some beautiful performances, nice funky beat. The guitar work, when it needed to be, really stepped up and gave us some cool soulful solos and stuff. And then the rest of the time was just kind of funky. The bass work was beautiful, adding these nice little flourishes here and there, but also just kind of having this sparsity that allowed the song to bounce along with a bit of funk. The whole thing was really mature, chilled, atmospheric, and I just like this. This is definitely one of those songs that you don't so much sit down and analyze as you put on the background. It's just like a chill out tune, and in that sense it would be brilliant. However, the music video gives it an interesting narrative that makes it actually quite enjoyable to sit there and pay attention to. So great job on the music video. Goes very well with the song. Great job with the song. It adds a different string to the bow with Seventh Vega. I'm enjoying this. This is cool. This is a different vibe from most of the other bands in this kind of light rock area. And Seven Baker, as I say, this is very different from the last song I heard from them. So they're definitely showing variation. Yeah, I can't wait to hear more. Great, really enjoyable. Love the whole sense of the sort of sense of polish and yet kind of personality that this has. I guess that's what the words I'd go for. Polish with personality. Anyway, great stuff. Seventh Vega, definitely a band to watch. I will be continuing to watch them as ever. Please do get in the comments. Tell me what you think. Remember that if you are, let's give them the forward. If you are interested in Japanese music and you want to share the music that you love, but also hear more music from other people as well, get suggestions, remember to follow our Discord. It is linked in the description below. It's been going for like 6 years. It's a nice, small, friendly Discord, like just walking into a live house and chatting to other music fans. Please do feel free to come join us over there. And until I hopefully see you in the comments on the Discord or in the next video for the next one of these, from here in Japan, for now, ciao, ciao.